There is something about live TV that seems to make Murphy's Law more likely to kick in than any other time. If someone is caught having an embarrassing or awkward moment on live TV, it stays with us forever. News reporters spend the most time in front of the camera, and while they are supposed to be informative, there are times when reporters are just plain hilarious. From live job quitting to talking about wieners, here are 10 news reporting fails that will make your day. Let's dive right in. Number 10. Reporter quits job on live TV. Many of us have daydreamed about quitting a job in a spectacularly public fashion at some point in time. Charlo Green, a news reporter, actually did it. The then 26-year-old broadcast journalist became an instant internet celebrity when she announced on live TV, "I quit," in September 2014. It wasn't low pay, long hours, or a bad boss that pushed Green over the edge. At the time of her notorious job exit, Green was reporting on the Alaska Cannabis Club, which allowed people to purchase memberships to access marijuana while the state figured out how to implement cannabis legalization. Green knew that her reporting on the club was a major conflict of interest, and that she would be fired if it came to light. So, she decided to take matters into her own hands and quit on air instead. Her exit video instantly went viral. It has since been viewed 14 million times on YouTube. Number 9. Big Black Chicken. Australians are fun everywhere. Let it be fighting a kangaroo, surfing, or holding a big chicken. Let's talk about the last one. This is the hilarious moment a news presenter completely loses his cool when a giant cockerel attacks him. The Australian reporter is beginning a segment about a bird show when the black rooster begins to flap its wings towards his face. It doesn't seem too dangerous, but the presenter is clearly absolutely terrified. He lets out a massive scream and throws the cockerel to the ground before sprinting away on a brilliant comedy run down the corridor with his arms flailing above his head. It just proves that old entertainment saying, never work with children, animals, or journalists scared of birds. Unfortunately, we don't get to see how the news anchors dealt with salvaging the piece after the reporter went AWOL. Number 8. Jogger wipes. Unlike much of the country, in Portland, snow is a rare occurrence. The residents are so inexperienced when it comes to snow, it even leads some of them to entertain the notion of jogging outdoors in winter. A pair of runners in expensive-looking tracksuits were interviewed by local news reporters as they jogged along a snow-blanketed street. The woman said, "It's the perfect texture for running. Shallow impact, and it's dry so your feet don't get wet." Just the thought of jogging in the snow is funny enough. However, this couple made the situation even funnier. As the joggers head off on their healthy, exercising way, in an irony custom made for the internet, the woman slipped in the snow almost immediately after blissfully noting how the weather was great for jogging. If you feel bad about laughing at her, don't worry. According to an interview with the woman in Deadspin, her parents made fun of her too. Number 7. Green screen problem. Think your coworkers are bad? Be glad you're not this poor weather woman who made the mistake of wearing a green dress to work. Unfortunately for meteorologist Erica Pino, She obviously didn't get the memo. When filming the weather in front of a green screen, Miss Pino's body disappeared, and her head was left floating in front of a picture of the seaside. But what started as a technical failure took an unusual turn when her colleagues decided to have a little fun with the image. The pranksters placed a dancing fat man in Speedos behind her, positioning him so that her head appeared on his shoulders. Okay, she should have known better, right? How could a weather person not know that you don't wear green in front of a green screen? Maybe she's new? This was posted to YouTube 2 years ago. Number 6. Cow licks news reporter. If you think you could walk by a cow without anything unfortunate happening, that would be a huge mistake. Hawaiian reporter JoBeth DeVera of KGMB discovered this cow wasn't a gracious guest. DeVera was doing a segment on a push for the legalization of raw milk in Hawaii when the cow got way too friendly. Way too friendly. Fortunately for DeVera, the piece was pre-taped and not live. That means she was able to respond with the proper amount of shock and then retape the segment. But she clearly understands how the internet works. She shared the outtake on Instagram and used it to promote her reporting. We gotta say it, she is one brilliant reporter. Number 5. Male genitals on map. Maybe we shouldn't find this so funny, but we do. After all, we are just humans. An ABC 12 news reporter, Siobhan Riley, was attempting to draw an outline of a construction zone, but her drawing looked distinctly like something else by the end of the short report. Yes, what you are looking at is a giant purple penis on a map. And with that, it quickly took off on YouTube as Siobhan's artistic skills have been demonstrated for a wider audience. We have to praise her drawing skills. Another reporter, Casey Aitchison, was asked to draw a cannon, but what she actually drew on live TV on Thursday morning was, well, again, a giant penis. Just check out her reaction when she notices. Number 4. Oral sex. When you start looking at Rob Ford's unforgettable moments, you will realize that there are just too many to even list them in a 10-minute long video. Ford was the former mayor of Toronto, who died in 2006. One of Ford's most controversial moments occurred in 2013 when he denied allegations in police documents that he told former staffer he wanted to engage in oral sex with her. He declared on TV in reply to the sex claim, saying, "I never said that in my life to her." He insisted he is happily married, then, to gasps by studio staff, used crude language to say he enjoys enough oral sex at home. He specifically said, "I've got more than enough to eat at home." Wow! Unless you are, say, Donald Trump, you just cannot say that on television, especially when you're the mayor of such a pure city. May his soul rest in peace. Number 3. Little wiener. Have you had that awkward moment when your co-anchor asked about your little wiener? Live? On air? Probably not. However, for a reporter of CBS 42, that was actually the case. On-air banter between two morning anchors, Stephen Hawk and Gina Redmond, took an unintentionally funny turn that caused meteorologist Mark Prater to bury his head in embarrassment when talk turned to how Prater dresses his dog. Redmond said that Hawk had a little wiener, referring to his dog. At that point, a surprised Prater dropped his head, apparently to hide his laughter, before he quickly recomposed himself in time to give the morning weather forecast. A video of the exchange was posted on Prater's YouTube account this morning under the headline, "When Ad-libbing Goes Bad on Live TV." The video was removed later this afternoon. That is some next level banter. Number 2. A reporter's nightmare. Some stranger licking your ear out of nowhere is probably the most traumatic experience you can have on live television. A reporter was doing her job, but she realized that her earpiece wasn't working. She asked the cameraman to check it, and everything goes wrong from there. The guy comes and, in an attempt to fix the earpiece, licks the reporter's ear. The reporter is left traumatized by his action, and her reaction says it all. This isn't the first time someone tried licking a reporter's ear. A well-known comic, Boyd Banks, licked a CBC reporter, Chris Glover's ear, and also went as far as kissing his neck. Some people have really weird fetishes. Number 1. Yelling at co-anchor. Sometimes weather forecasters lose it on TV. I mean, you wait for your entire career for a huge opportunity to speak, but when the anchor won't even let you talk, it's very much possible to lose your cool. The same happened back in 2005 when CNN weatherman Chad Myers was giving updates on Hurricane Katrina. Naturally, this was a stressful time for a lot of people. However, what got Myers angered wasn't the hurricane itself, but rather the fact that anchor Carol Costello kept asking him to translate what he was saying into words the average viewer could understand. That's marketing 101. Myers got pretty agitated and threw his notes to the floor and yelled at her about not letting him talk, like a kid throwing a temper tantrum. Myers did catch himself pretty quickly, but not before the camera did. Oops! But in the end, Myers smiled and claimed that he was just having fun. But I gotta tell you, it sure didn't look like it. Which one of these reporting fails did you find the most fascinating? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.